a completely impromptu live stream, but I wanted to get something up today, and I don't have any videos edited yet. Full transparency, like that's just what we're doing today. But the reason I'm on here right now and talking about this particular topic is because next week, unless I'm out of my mind, but I don't think I'm out of my mind. Let's look. Let's confirm, shall we? Next week, I believe, is the first day that I can use Monday the 27th. Yes, that is in fact an accurate statement. Monday, June 27th is the first day that some of the weekly planners for the new Erin Condren launch start, which means that you should be messing with, if you haven't already, moving in to your new planners. And so that is what I wanted to talk about a little bit today, was some of the stuff that I am personally doing to prep and prepare my planners for usage, because usage starts next week. Hello, Andy. It's good to see you. Today it's not normal live stream day. We are talking exclusively about planning today, which of course is one of my favorite things, but it's also something I've been a little bit lax on lately. I'll be completely honest. We all know I've been a little bit lax with a lot of things lately, getting back into the swing of all the things. But planner moving is always exciting because I feel like it's a fresh start to things, and I have a couple of things here that I'm going to be working with. So let me introduce you to my planner stack, if you will. This is not including my goal setting planners. I use the Power Sheets, my goal setting planners, the Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets. And then alongside them, I use the Moxie Life. I don't have an example. The Moxie Life companion notebooks. Those are my goal setting type things. But my actual planner for the last handful of years has been the Erin Condren Daily Duo planner in traditional planner size. This is the traditional planner size that I've been using for the last handful of years. Well, I've been using this size planner since I started with Erin Condren in 2014, I believe. Oh, thank you so much, Andy. That is so sweet of you. But my Erin Condren Life Planner Daily Duo is in the A5 size this year. So check it out. Oh gosh, this guy's heavy. See the size difference? That's really heavy. So my Daily Duo is still going to be my constant daily companion, but it is just smaller, which actually means I can take it with me places now. It won't feel quite as bulky. And then this lovely baby right here in their Harmony. Is my brightness up all the way? It sure is. Okay, just checking. In their new Harmony, this is the theme for the year, is this Harmony thing. I got the vertical weekly planner. For those that need a little reminder of what the vertical weekly planner looks like, I haven't done weekly planning in several years. So I'm very intrigued to get back to vertical planning. So that's what it looks like, my entire week at a glance. Now, full transparency, Erin Condren, if anybody from your company is watching, my perfect planner is the Daily Duo, but there's a weekly page, like the weekly layout of 2 pages, right? Like this. Look at all the work I've already done on this planner, guys. The weekly page before the start of the week. So like you have the weekly layout, and then you would get your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday daily sheets. That would be like my most perfect paper planner ever, because then you get your week at a glance, and then you also get the to-do list and appointments of the daily planning. That would be the perfect thing for me. Only just got the notification. I'm glad the notification went through for you, because I don't know if it went through for you last night. But I saw that you caught the replay, so that is all good. I'm so glad that you're still here, Andy. And then this guy is worth mentioning because I was sent this. Full transparency, I am on their PR team for their life planner launches. So I was sent a giant pile of goodies, including this package, which had the vertical weekly and the daily duo and whatnot. And this little bad boy was in it as well. And I'm going to start using this on July 1st as a consistency calendar. I actually just announced to my Patreon members that we're going to be having a challenge, a consistency challenge for the month of July. And I'm going to be having everybody set up a consistency calendar for the month of July. And I might even throw in a giveaway or two to see for people who have been, at least 80% consistent, which is, of course, the recommendation. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm using this petite planner, monthly planner, if you can see right here. And I don't know if it actually flips it so you can read it or not, but it goes from July 2022 until December of 2023, which means I can use it every single month as just flat out my consistency calendar. So if I meet my nutrition goals that day, I get an X. If I don't, I get an O. And at the end of the month, I should have at least 80% X's on any given month. And it's just a very easy way to have a visual to track whether or not you're actually being consistent, So that's what this little bad boy is going to do. Now, I don't have any setup or move-in stuff for this guy. I just have to determine what earning my X actually means and go from there. So we're going to set that guy aside. But I wanted to talk a little bit about moving into your planner because it's super, super exciting. So the first thing that I do when I am moving into my new planner is I take the dates that I know are important dates already and I fill them in on the monthly calendars. So for example, what's a good month to do this in? This is a good month to do it in, I believe. Oh, my planner's upside down. Let's see. What's a good month to do it in? Just for example, here's December. I've got birthdays filled in. My husband's birthday, my sister-in-law's birthday. So I go through and I fill in everybody's birthday just in the monthly layout first. And then I fill in anniversaries, important dates that I shouldn't miss, family members' birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations, whatnot. I also have for the month of July, my sister's wedding because my sister is getting married at the end of July. So we have that. This one's a little bit better explanation. So this, as you can see, is July of this year. So, a couple days. We've got my mom's birthday. I put a little fireworks sticker for the 4th of July. And then I have my sister's wedding weekend, which we will be in Illinois for. So I have all the important things laid out. That is the first thing that I go ahead and I do when I'm moving into any planner. So what has actually happened is the exact same thing happened. I didn't label Independence Day, but with smaller stickers because the A5 is a lot smaller, the birthdays, the wedding, all of those things are still labeled in this as well. So getting my monthly calendar in check is step number one for me because that's the stuff that's in your perpetual calendar. It's the stuff that you need to remember each and every year. It's the stuff where you can flip through your old monthly calendar from I grabbed my planner from this year and went to each monthly calendar page and just transferred the dates, the important dates into my new planner. That is the first thing that I do. The second thing that I tend to do is something that feels exclusively creative and completely extra. And that is, let me show you the blank page because I haven't actually done it in this yet because I can't decide what I want to do with it on this one yet. But all of the planners have a page that looks similar to this. It's a goal is a dream with a deadline, and it has the blank squares in it. And it has enough squares for either a full year or in the Daily Duos case for half a year because this planner only covers 6 months, right? Even though I fail, hello from the gym, Lissa. Even though, this page just brings me so much joy. That's exactly the point. Even though I haven't actually successfully used these for any particular reason in a handful of years, I still decorate them with the hopes that I will use them. Look at that. Look at that. So there's 12 of them here, right? And so I have for each month, and of course I have an obnoxious sticker collection as well. So I have seasonal stickers with all of the things, right? So I have all the months. You will notice if you caught it, August is the only one that doesn't look like the rest of the months because I apparently have used up every other August sticker that I own. I don't know why. So August looks a little bit funny, but I've used all seasonal stuff and seasonal color matching ribbons to line it. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. What do you put in there? Because I know like you're actually supposed to put like a goal in there. So maybe I put like one big picture goal, like one specific thing that I want to do for the month, or like maybe one big memory I want to make, one big thing I want to do with my husband. I don't know. I don't know. But just the act, the reason I do something really like obnoxiously decorative is because I've actually noticed that I'm getting less and less sticker crazy as my planner obsession continues. I still use the planner, I still like the tool, but I'm not nearly as crazy about the stickers and using them as I have been in the past. All of my stickers are housed in that box right up there. And it's one of those things like it's fun when I do it, but if I don't make the choice to do it, yes, I do have a PO box. It's actually listed it should be in the info bar of this video. Let me know if it's not. I have a little thing that says make my mailbox smile, and my PO box address is in there. So the obnoxiously fun page happens just because I want to, even though a lot of my other setup is very, very practical, I want to do something that's just fluff and fun and color for me. So that's what I did with that. And then one thing I did do, here's what I did do. Although I'm realizing now I actually put the sticker on the wrong date and I don't know why I did that. Wow. Wow, how did I fail at this so badly? I have these stickers are from Planner Kate, and they say heartworm medication. And I have heartworm medication stickers, and like they come in like a billion on a sheet, and you really only, depending on what you need, you only need like depending on what your planner is, you only need 12 of them in a year. And so I've been using these heartworm medication stickers for like 3 or 4 years because there's so many on a sheet. So I will go through and I'll do things like that. I have a heartworm sticker. This is in the wrong place. It should be over here. I don't know why it's not. I failed epically at that. But heartworm medication stickers, things like that, things that happen every single month on the same date. Like if we didn't have all of our bills on auto pay, I would go through and put like mortgage due, whatever, bill, like whenever the bills are due, I would put that in as well. Oh no, it's definitely not. It's definitely not my home address. It is the address of a UPS store. And in my daily, I did the exact same thing. See? And so what I did for the dailies, this is a great example actually. I added the heartworm medication down to the bottom of the checklist. So it ends up being a to-do list item in my daily, and it is just a visual reminder in my weekly, right? The fact that the color changes on the first makes that mistake kind of sad. I know. I don't know how I did that. I literally just now in real time realized that I had did it wrong. And I was like, I don't understand. I don't understand how I did that. And then, as you'll notice, I started using small stickers from a sticker book that's in there because I have 5 gajillion Erin Condren sticker books. Because for whatever reason, I get them in the PR packages, and then I insist on purchasing an extra one, and I never use them all. So I have so many of them. So I was like, what stickers can I use to kind of denote? Because I'm running out of birthday stickers and I don't have tiny birthday stickers. So I'm using these little dots to tell me, hey, something is happening that day, just up in the margin, right? So it's for the birthday. Yeah, that still baffles my mind how UPS could not find the UPS store. Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff I do to just kind of get things set up, right? Get things set up. And then what I do is I go and I thoughtfully consider another page that I don't actually use, but I want to get better at using. This monthly dashboard. And if you are somebody who uses the monthly dashboard, I would love to hear what exactly it is you use it for. Because I have great intentions with it. The first time they did this monthly dashboard, I actually put like habits and like books I wanted to read, or like I don't even remember what I put in there, but like I had that sucker all organized with matching stickers and the whole 9 yards, and I never really used it. So I thoughtfully considered, what do I want this to look like? So as you can tell, the only thing I actually threw up there is a to-do sticker. And I figured that will highlight the 4 big to-dos of the month. They could be goals, they could be just things that need to get done, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter what genre, it doesn't matter. Like I could do I actually toyed with this idea of like highlighting each dot in a different color, right? For like one work related thing, one home related thing, one personal thing, and one marriage thing. Something like, you know what I mean? Like 4 different genres. Pick one thing that's like the highlight, the single one thing I need to do that month for each topic, and put that as like the feature here in this thing. And I did the same because I found a bunch of to-do stickers that are all from the Erin Condren stuff. So it's all the same, different colors and stuff. Like this one's gold foil, but it's all the same font and it's all the same size. So keychain or coasters, what's my preference? It really depends. I could use a new keychain. Keychains are fun. I've had the same like wristlet keychain on my wrist since before I was married, because I think my mother-in-law got it for me for like my wedding shower or even before then or something like that. But something that I really like to use is I like keychains that have like a big loop on them, because I need to use them as momentum to help me turn my keys. I can't grip just a key and turn it. So I actually will like have the key attached to the loop, and I'll stick it in and I'll stick my finger in the loop and use that to turn the key. Hack for those of you that have hands that don't work like I do. The keychain ring really makes a difference, you know? So that's what I do with this. Now, here's the thing. I can't decide what to do with this box. I can't decide what to do with this box. And I can't decide what to do with this box. This is still up in the air. But that brings me to probably the biggest point. And this is something that I have a really hard time with. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But I considered it this year as I was going around being like, well, what if I decide I don't like this format? What if I decide that this isn't the way I want to use this page, right? In the past, I have gone through and I have set up literally the entire planner. Each monthly page, I would have the exact same setup, the exact same thing for all 12 months. Or if I got a vertical weekly, they always send me the 18-month one. So it would be the same for 18 months. 18 months. And 4 months into it, I'd be like, you know what? I have regrets. I have regrets. And so here is my like number one tip for moving into your planner. And that is allow your mind to change. If you decide that you want to try something, like for example, I have so many of these stickers. I make personal keys. Oh, that's really cool. That's really, really cool, Andy. So here's a great example. I have about 1 billion of these habit tracker stickers. So I decided, as you can see, next week I have 3 of them written down or put on there. And so I'll put on, I don't know, I can even fill them in right now. One of them is going to be protein goal. One of them is going to be crochet, because we all know that I just start every single week in this book. Oh, my connection is unstable. There we go. Okay. My connection was unstable. I don't know if this is the format I want to use for this sidebar or not. I don't know. I have no idea if that's going to be the thing I want to do. So you know what? I'm test driving it for a week or 2. Did I even put any on the next week? No, I didn't put any on the next week. So I'm actually giving myself the freedom this year to change my mind, to try different things. If it was upstairs, I'd show you. It was literally on clearance. It was on clearance for $3 at Michael's. That's all I can tell you about it. And it's a pretty purple yarn. but it was on clearance. So whichever kind of yarn is the baby yarn that's currently $3 at Michael's, that's the one I got. But shoot, I lost my train of thought now. Oh, giving myself permission to change my mind, because I can also, what did I do? I flipped to the page accidentally, and let me see if I can find it. I have a whole bunch of different kits, like when weekly kits are still a thing, but I have not been doing weekly planning forever. So I have all of these weekly kits that I barely use. So I did this. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm not going to put a weekly layout like this in every single week of my planner. My sidebar here has to-dos, to clean, reading, 2 other habit trackers, a fitness tracker, and a meal planner. Like all of these things, but I don't know if this is what I want to do. So I'm giving myself the freedom to change my mind. Experiment. If you discover that stickers actually aren't your jam and you started off strong with the stickers and it kind of tapered off and you know what? It's just you and your favorite pen and that's what works for you. There is nothing wrong with that. Just because it is planner move-in season doesn't mean you have to have your entire vision for your planner completely lined out. Like you can change your mind. You don't even have to move in if you don't want to. The recommendations I have for moving into your planner is simply to like get the important dates in there. If you know something's coming, if you know you have an appointment, actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I have a doctor's appointment that I could put in this calendar. I feel like that's right. I think that's the day I have my doctor's appointment. So, like that, I'm going to leave my page open to that because I actually need to put that in the calendar so I don't freaking forget that I have a doctor's appointment. Granted, I have everything digital as well, but in the morning, I need to get back in the habit of coming up here and like actually looking at my planners. And my goal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this one open to the week so I can look up and see what the week looks like. And that's going to look a lot like my Google Calendar, although more to-dos and pretty things instead of just appointments. And my daily will be sitting next to me with my actual like hourly and to-do list thing, because I want to start doing time blocking again. I want to start doing things like, all right, from 7 a.m. till 8:30 is morning routine time, whatever that means to me, because I have been noticing that my morning routine has started to look different day to day, and that's fine. So I can't have like a strict list of things because it's going to be different every day, but that's my available time. Or like 10 a.m. to noon is X, Y, and Z, like focus on video creation. From 2 to 3 is focused solely on social media, like things like that. So I'm going to have both of those ready and available because they serve, even though, yes, they are the same planners for the same dates, they serve very, very different purposes, I'm still figuring out the best way for me to plan in my planner so I don't overwhelm myself. If you are easily overwhelmed, I would do no stickers. I would do nothing fancy. I would do you and a pen, and that's it. Depending on I don't remember what planner you have. Are you a daily duo person? I can't remember. Literally just write it down. If you have to work, you write work where you start and you draw a little arrow, and that's it. Super simple. If you have a church function, write that in too. If you want to attend one of my live streams, you just put live stream and 7 or 8 p.m. for you, I guess. Real simple. And then your to-do list, just write down your tasks. Not the tasks that you're going to do anyway. And that's the thing. That's the thing with being overwhelmed when it comes to planning, is some people like to put things they know they're going to do already on the list just so they can check it off. But if seeing a lot of things is harder for you, is overwhelming for you, only write down the things that are like actually the things you need to do today. Go grocery shopping. You don't have to write down get 10,000 steps if you know you want to get 10,000 steps anyway, and like that's just something you pay attention to anyway. And then my pen is on the floor. But get like workout, maybe whatever. Saturday is what I'm looking at, is your workout day. So you put in workout, go grocery shopping, roast 5 pans of vegetables. Like maybe that's all you have to write down for that day. You can put as little on there as you want, and you don't need to feel obligated to make lengthy to-do lists or pretty planner pages. Let's see. Literally, this is what my planner's been looking like lately. This. Clean the house, coaching check-ins. From 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., I did stuff in my office. This says workout. That was literally my day on Monday. My day on Monday. And then I could write down clean house because that's what I did the rest of the day. But like that's what I've been doing. Sunday, church, service, call dad, call pops because it was Father's Day. Literally, that's what my planner's been looking like. And it's fine. It's fine. Should I have some to-do list stuff on there? Yes. But like, even like I use the stickers. This was my healthy meeting. This was my live stream. This is me reminding me that my husband was leaving the house to go out for beers with a friend. Simple is okay. You see people, and especially it's the people that you watch on YouTube, right? Are the ones with the elaborate setups. That's why people watch Plan With Me videos. That's the exact reason I don't do Plan With Me videos, because my planning with me is not exciting. It's not pretty. It's not, it's not what people pay the money in the form of their time for. It's not. So I don't do those videos because there's no point. Simple is fine. Simple is fine. Daily duo. My main issue is that my to-do list tends to overwhelm me. It's either too long or too short, and I struggle with figuring out when to do items. So, like I said, what you need to do, it depends what you put on the to-do list. If you put to-do list stuff like some of the things I put on my to-do list some days is get my water goal, get my protein goal, get my step goal. You don't need to write those down. You don't need to write those down. You're going to do them anyway, where would we be without planners? I don't know. And it's funny because my mother laughed when I first started getting into Erin Condren life planners, because she's like, you realize that when I was your age, that's literally the only option we had was paper planners. And I've gone in and out of, I always loved in elementary school when we got our brand new assignment notebook that was handed to us. At least we did in public school. And it was it felt just so exciting and new. It was clean and it was a planner. And yes, it was for homework assignments, but it was still a planner, and it was really, really fun to me. So I've always loved planners. And then when I discovered the Erin Condren brand, I was like, oh my gosh, this is everything that I've ever dreamed of. And my mom's like, that's literally what I've used my entire life. A paper planner. Every year you buy a new paper planner, and that's what you do. That's, people had their Filofaxes. I have my first Filofax. Where is it? Right there. My first Filofax. That was one of the first pieces of PR that I've ever gotten, was this beautiful purple leather Filofax. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've made it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was the greatest feeling ever. I tell you what. And I still have stuff in there. I don't use it regularly anymore, but don't think I haven't thought about it. Because Filofax is an old brand, right? People have used Filofax for years. Where would we be without planners? I don't know. I am not one of those people that can fly by the seat of their pants. I like to know exactly what's coming. Shocker. That's going to shock none of you, right? With all of the ambiguity of and you guys didn't even know that my husband was looking for a job, right? And so I was sitting here wondering, what job was he going to get? Where every time he had a new interview, it was like, well, what are things like in Ohio? What are things like in Seattle? What are things like every single time? And I don't like not knowing, not having a plan, and having to live in limbo. So for me, a planner is super, super, super important. And which is why I have paper planner. I have a calendar downstairs. I have, what else do I have? Digital planner. And my digital planner, all of my events pop up on my wrist. I literally know where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing at any given moment. It helps me. So yeah, where would we be without planners? I struggle with executive function and the fact that I don't necessarily need to do things at a specific time. But if I don't stick to a strict schedule, I feel stressed and burned out. So you need to do time blocking, Lissa. That's what you need to do. And I don't know what your task list looks like or whatever, but from the hours of, and these are, I know you might be at work or whatever, but from 2 to 4 p.m., your sole purpose is to check things off of your to-do list. Did I get a compact A5 planner? I got the I was wondering what you meant by pancake. So I have the A5 Daily Duo from, yes, in color blends. So this is the OG size. It's really hard to compare these two sizes because when I hold them, for whatever reason, they still look the same size, but they're really not. The struggle is real. Something like that. So my hands aren't doing well today, y'all. It's because I've been crocheting things. I've gotten like a whole 3 rows done in my blanket today. This is, so it's not as compact as like my Filofax that's right there is even smaller. It's even smaller than this, but I have the A5. Yeah. So I'm going to play around with the order of my to-do list and some loose time blocking, dividing my day into thirds. Yes. No, it's a great idea. And like I said, I don't know what an example of your day looks like, but if it's just a bunch of tasks, pay this bill, cut some fruit, do a load of laundry, blah, 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 blah. Like, all things considered, if it's one of those things where you're just like, I just don't know when to do it, that is when it becomes less about having the to-do list and more about between the hours of this and this, my sole purpose is to do this, which is how I've started using my planner or my planning, and how I'm going to continue to do that going forward. I'm really going to start messing with, okay, so from let's say I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. From 7 to 8 is my morning routine, whatever that is. Some days it's me reading and having coffee on my in my recliner. Some days I come up here and I journal and I do Bible study and things like that. It's different every day, depending on what I need it to be that day. Some days my brain's just not firing on all cylinders, or my body is not firing on all cylinders, and climbing up the stairs is just like, no. So I don't do the stuff that's upstairs. And other days I hop right out of bed and I'm like, let's go. So I go upstairs and I do a thing. And so from, and then so that's from like what, 7 to 8. And then from 8 to 9:30, I go downstairs and I work out. I lift weights. I do the elliptical. 9:30, I eat breakfast. And then from 10, actually, I really like that schedule. What did I just say? Because that actually sounds really good. I need a different book. Y'all, I'm a bull in a china shop today. 7, and this implies I actually get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, which I have not been doing. 7 to 8 a.m. routine. 8 to 9:30-ish workout. 9:30 breakfast. And then I think 10 to 12, that puts me on the right schedule for my chronotype, the bear, of like do work stuff. That's when my brain is supposed to be optimal. So that's also a great time for a second cup of coffee. I have to stop touching things. I'm throwing everything on the floor. Oh my gosh. So like that's the idea. And then from like 3 to 5 p.m., maybe I'm doing house cleaning. But I want to put some thought into this. And I know I go through phases. I know I've done this before, but like I really feel like that focused time is a much easier way to get things done than just here's my to-do list. Because then you're like, well, I could do that now or I could do that later. And then you never get around to doing it. So even if you remember what I used to do called the power hour, and you could that's where I would write down like the mundane tasks of like, oh, I need to fold the laundry. I need to make this doctor's appointment. I need to blah, 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 blah. Like the stuff that like you really could throw anywhere. You have an hour during your day, or maybe it's an hour in a week, whatever the case may be, where you put your power hour. And that you just set the timer for an hour, turn on a podcast or an audiobook or something, and your sole purpose is to check as many things off of the power hour list as possible. Maybe I got to bring back the power hour too. It's a great way to do things. It really is. A bunch of tasks, including things like meal prep, which always takes much longer than it should. And it depends on, you get into the groove with a bunch of the things. Breakfasts that used to take me a while to make take me a lot less time now. And, you just got to find your flow. You got to find your flow with the planning thing. So anyway, those are my thoughts on planner move-in. planner moving. Start with the perpetual stuff, the monthly calendar, the birthdays, the anniversaries, the things that you need to make sure are in there. And then you can transfer them into your weekly or your daily sections if you so choose to do so. I did. I'm going to put I put the birthdays both in the weekly planner down at the bottom or in the daily up at the top. And then you can decorate something frivolously, usually a goal page or something like that. Think about what you want to do with your dashboard, but most importantly, be flexible and allow yourself to change your mind as you actually get into using the planner. And maybe you decide you want to try something different and this isn't for you and stickers aren't it or color coding's not it or color coding is it. Let me try color coding. All of those things to make your planner your own. So, on that note, around other people, which is just adding to my stress. Yeah, so you have to start and there is some you got to be flexible. You got to be flexible. This is something that I am learning. I do not like to be flexible with my time, which is hilarious because I'm actually a really chill individual. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm very Enneagram 9. Sure, whatever you want. Not a big deal. No problem. Um, but I also just like to have expectations managed. So, like, for example, my husband's like, I'm going to be working most of the night tonight. And I was like, that's fine. As long as I know about it, I don't get mad about it. But if I don't know about it and he's like, oh, I'll be available at 7:30 and then 9:30 rolls around and he's not there yet, I'm a lot less flexible as long as I manage expectations. So, for you, Lissa, you have to manage your own personal expectation of like, I'm going to need to be flexible around this. I'm going to, sometime today, sometime this evening, where if you're available and at home and just chilling isn't that big of a deal, um, then yeah, and the one bathroom thing, I can't help you with that. We have 3 bathrooms here and only 2 people. So, we are very specific about making sure that we each have access to a bathroom at all times because you never know. So again, you have to sit and think flexibly about your personal situation because everyone's situation is different, right? But working on being flexible and managing expectations is also super, super important. So, anyway, on that note, friends, I'm going to let you go. I have pork chops that I have to go brine and actually put my housewifing hat on and make dinner for the only time this week. So, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. If you're watching the replay or you still have something to say about planning, what are your like best planner move-in tips, things that you always do for moving into your planner? Go ahead and leave them in the comment section so we can have a bunch of ideas for how to move in to your planners because everybody's move-in technique is different. So today you heard a little bit about mine, but just because it works for me doesn't mean it's the right thing for you. These are just my tips and my opinions. So on that note, I will talk to you all later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And since I probably won't make an appearance on my channel until next week, have a lovely weekend and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.